nonetheless, congratulations to them. But this is what I want to say. We were talking about Seth Rollins last week when we were talking about the return of the icon, Sting, right? And I was pretty much against ever seeing Sting wrestle because the last time that we saw him was against Seth Rollins at the Night of Champions, Houston, Texas, Toyota Center, 2015, whatever that was. And he had the spinal stenosis. The buckle bombs rocked him. It was his last match in WWE. We all thought it was going to be his last match. He went in the Hall of Fame subsequently the next year at WrestleMania 32. So I was pretty much against it last week. And you were kind of saying, you know what? If he wants to go out there and finish it on his terms, let him finish it on his terms.
Yeah.
I was still against it. I was still against it until last night I was on Instagram and I saw an Instagram post from a friend of the show, the very first guest on the Hall of Fame. You remember who the very first guest was on the Hall of Fame?
No.
First episode, first guest. We had 45-minute interview with the Ayatollah of rock and roll, the Mick Jagger of professional wrestling.
Okay.
Chris
Oh,
Jericho.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I saw this on Chris Jericho's Instagram last night, and then I got excited, Book. And I got to say, if there is a match for Sting, it's Sting versus Jericho. And here's the reason why. Let me just tell you why. You bring in Sting for what? You want to bring back the nostalgia. And these two guys have been in the same company on two separate occasions and have never wrestled one another. Now they're in the same company for the third occasion. They were both in WCW at the same time. They were both in WWE at the same time. Now they're both in AEW. And if Sting's going to go out and have one more last classic match, this is no disrespect to Darby Allin. This is no disrespect to Cody Rhodes, both of which who would be deserving of an honor such as that. But if you're going to go out and you're Sting, can you imagine? Main event style. You have the icon Sting versus Le Champion, Chris Jericho. The first time ever, last time ever. And you could even throw in loser leaves town if you want to. I don't care. But first time ever, last time ever. Sting versus Jericho. I'm in for that. If they want to do that match, they have my money. AEW, I'll buy all out, all in, double or nothing, bet it all on black, whatever the name of your next pay-per-view is, I'm in if it's Sting versus Jericho.
Hey, man, I told you it was something that could be worked out with Sting, man. I didn't see that poster until now, but Sting versus Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho has that look when he went to Japan with the hat, with the one eye.
Pain maker is what he calls it.
With the little mouth paint, just like Sting kind of. And you know what? I never thought about this, with the black jacket with the spikes. So that was actually really cool. No, I mean, that it works. It works. Not that Sting can't touch, on the career of Darby Allin and, some of those other guys. I really think it's a place there for him as a, character. That's one thing about wrestling is, no matter how old you are, you can still be a character. You can still go out there. And then Sting, Sting being 61, he can still go out there and go. He can still go out there and move. He can still go out there and do a little something in the ring. How much, I think it really wouldn't matter with him and a guy like Jericho.
Right.
Because I really think they could go out and, pretty much smoke and mirrors and tell a story. Even at the age, Sting is right now, even still at the age of Chris Jericho right now, I think, no disrespect, guys, no disrespect to anybody, but I still think those guys got enough knowledge in their head to be able to go out there and literally smoke and mirrors, unlike, the way the young guys could go out there and do it today. And I say that because, here in Houston, we had, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and, between the two of those guys at that time, it was about 100 years, because both of them were about 50 at the time, and they went out and had the best match on the card by far that night. They told the best story by far that night on the card. So my thing is, the perfect person, perfect person that's going to go out there and dance with him properly, make sure he walks out of that ring. More importantly than anything, maybe we can do this. We might can get three out of this. We might can get, three dances. You never know. So my thing is, who's the right guy? For me, every time somebody come to WWE, I say, who's the guy? AJ Styles. Who's got, you're not going to have to worry about anybody. If they're working with AJ Styles, AJ's going to go out there because he's learned over the years what the work is really all about. Chris Jericho, take nothing away from the guy, man. Over the years, he has learned what the game is truly all about, man. He's like a walking encyclopedia as far as the wrestling game goes. So yeah, I can see that happening, and sure, the fans of AEW would tune in to check it out without a doubt.
I think the fans of the wrestling world around the world would want to see that match, especially because I can't. Now, they may have worked each other on a Nitro or something back in the day, but nothing of prominence that I can remember. So to have that match, especially if it's first time ever, last time ever, I just love the billing of that. And then again, you have these two guys dressed like this. It sells itself. And what you said about the smoke and mirrors, I think that you're also referring to, when you think about a guy like a Cody or even more so Darby Allin's known for these big spots that he'll do, right? And he'll go out there and put his body at reckless abandon in order to get his story across. And he'll do the coffin drop on the apron, and you almost cringe thinking about it. But Jericho can go out there and do it from the psychology standpoint, right?
Yeah.
This is how we're going to do it. And Sting also won't feel compelled, because I think some of that Seth Rollins match, he felt compelled to go out there and work like a young guy. I want to do the dive off the top rope. I'll take a couple buckle bombs. Sure, kid, whatever you want to do, I want to feel like a young guy right now. I want to go out there and work like these young guys are working. And Sting was trying to stay relevant. But if Sting stays in his bag and he does what the Stinger does, I just need a Stinger splash. I need a howl to the crowd. And I need a death drop and a death lock. That's all I need. I need those 4 moves. Let Jericho build a story in between those 4 points, and we're gold. We're gold. We did it, and you can walk out knowing that you did it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, man? I beg to differ, man.
Don't beg to differ.
If I'm booking this thing, man, if I'm booking it, the young guy want to get his shot first, and that young guy is going to be Darby Allin, and Darby Allin is the future. He's not ready just yet, but one day he's going to be there. And if he can go through Sting, that might put him in that position. Now, for me, if I'm working Darby Allin, if I'm Sting, man, I need the coffin drop. I need all of the big spots you can pull out of your hat. Coffin drop off the top of the trun. So I can move right at the last second. That kind of stuff, you go for a big spot, and Stinger catch you, hit you with that Stinger drop, boom, right off the top rope. Just make sure you land in the right spot, kid. And then we move on to, the big main event match, later on. And then we, like I say, make it we get a few dances out of this thing, So I don't know, man. That's just the way I see it. You know what I mean? I need Darby Allin. I need that young blood more than anything. And then Sting, he has to be able to touch on that young blood in AEW, just because it really is all about the passing of the torch more than anything. Hey guys, we got to get out of here, man. That's like, man, this show went by quick. Hey guys, we'll be right back on Wednesday doing our thing again. We got something special. We're gonna create something special for you guys on Wednesday. But there again, we got to get up out of here. Bradley, appreciate you for sticking around. All of you guys putting out the comments. Appreciate you guys. But we up out of here. Shut up.